Hi Organise.Curate.Design community, I am back for another one of our IGTV blog series bringing you how to incorporate meat-free meals into your everyday lives. Now for those who are just about to finish our weekly wins challenge, they would have seen that we have a card in there which is to commit to one meat-free meal in a week. So if you've kept up with the world's movement into veganism and plant-based living and lifestyles, you would know that plant-based meals are really important. Not to say that eating plant-based means cutting out all animal, dairy, meat products, but it does mean incorporating a bunch of fruit, veg, nuts, seeds, alternative proteins into your meals to really boost your fibre in there as well. There is one thing that we can all do, and that is incorporating more fruit and veg into our diet. So whether or not you pick up a meat-free lifestyle or a meat-free diet, incorporating more fruit and veg is really, really important and something a lot of us don't do. So when it comes to forming your meat-free meals, it's really important to think about how we can manage to get a nutritionally balanced meal. So what that means is there's always a source of carbohydrates, fats and protein as well, which are of course the macronutrients that we as humans need to live off to get our energy. So when you come to forming your meat-free meal, start off by thinking of your plate as your traditional 3 veg, your meat and a little bit of carbs. Now what I'm trying to get there is that the meat element is your protein element. And at the end of the day, that is where all of your animal products usually sit in. So when we think of our plate to form your meat-free meal, you can think of making it up of vegetables, you can think of making it up as carbohydrates, which is also your fibre as well, so things like whole grains, and then you can also think about your meat. So rather than having your meat, you're going to switch that out for a plant-based alternative, which is high in protein. Now, one of the things that a lot of people do forget to do when they switch to a plant-based lifestyle is to incorporate your protein and as well as healthy fats. So remember, in meat, there is fat as well. A lot of it is saturated, which again, we want to stick to low levels of. But it's really important that you're substituting them because we need all 3 macronutrients in our diet. So when you're putting together this plate that I speak of, we want to always have 50% of it to be fruit or vegetables. More so your vegetables for your main meals, but when you come to snacks, you can think of having, let's say, a banana, an apple, a pear with a handful of nuts, or something like these guys, little energy balls or protein balls as well to get another boost of energy and protein. So back to your main meal, half of that's going to be non-starchy vegetables. So that's your greens, mostly. You've got things like eggplant, salads as well, so you can have fresh tomatoes with lettuce mixed in as well. So that's your 50%. Now coming over to a quarter, so 25% of the plate, you want to make sure you have a really nice source of plant-based protein. Tofu is the obvious one. There's lots of things you can do with tofu. You just need to jump online and Google some recipes. The other one that's great is legumes as well. Now legumes are a great source of carbs and protein as well. Too much fibre and you might find yourself getting a little bit of digestive discomfort, but they're a really great way to boost your fibre as well as your protein in your meals. So they're great together. Other sources would be things like tempeh as well, which is really, really lovely if cooked well. Now, the other element of that is going to be your carbohydrates. So that's where we get your starches in. Now, yes, veggies are an element of carbohydrates, but then you're non-starchy, so they're not super energy packed. You're just going to really digest them and pass them through. Now, that's things like the whole grains. So that can include anything from rice, whole wheat pasta, even wholemeal slices of bread as well. They're all great. Oats in the morning for breakfast is a great source of grains as well. So that's going to make up the majority of your plate when making a plant-based meal. Now the other element of that, which I mentioned, is your healthy fats as well. Really, really important. In our diets, we're actually getting more fat than we are protein, which not many people would know. But when it comes to fat, it's about good quality fats. So rather than opting for the deep fried vegan option, it's going for a fresh salad with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on there as well, which is amazing for the body. If you're having things like oats, smoothie bowls, even with apple, a tablespoon or so of natural peanut butter is really great. I love Mavis, it's super yum. Just in there is peanuts and salt. There's no other fillers and sugars in there as well. Like I mentioned before, a handful of nuts with some fruit for snacks is really, really great. So that's going to make up your plate. With your fats, you want to aim for about 1 to 2 tablespoons per meal. Now, in saying all of this, we all have different energy requirements and we all do many different things. So when it comes to the amount of food that works for you, it really just is about listening to your body and how you feel as well. So you just need to fuel yourself throughout your day. So if you need more of the recommending servings, as we call them, go for it. Go and fuel yourself more. My best tip when it comes to eating is just to listen to your body, fill yourself up with stuff that feels good, and you'll be feeling well from there. Now, in terms of recipes, so what we've just gone through now is the elements of a plant-based meal: fruit, veg, proteins, grains, fats as well. There's so many recipes out there. So when it comes to cooking, especially we hear a lot of people going, I just can't cook, I can't get my head around it, don't know where to find recipes, it's all too hard. My biggest tip is, and I know it seems simple, jump onto Google and start Googling. There are so many recipes online. So have a look for a few different plant-based options, starting with vegan in the word if you want, or plant-based or meat-free is going to bring up a lot of great recipes. A few of my favourite people that have either ebooks, they have websites, blogs, recipe books. A girl called Elsie's Wholesome Life, she has beautiful recipes, and a lot of them are kind of recreating your conventional version of the food, so whether that be like a mac and cheese or if it's a burger as well. The other one is called The Minimalist Baker. She has really yummy recipes, similar to Elsie's in terms of recreating that conventional food or the meat including foods, should we say. And the other one is a girl called Maddie Limburner, and she has some great ebooks as well online. So get Googling and find your recipes as well. So when it does come to incorporating plant-based meals into your life, it doesn't mean cutting out every single element of animal products in your diet at the moment. It just means that you're going to substitute a few meat-free meals here and there throughout your week as well. Great for your body, great for your fibre in your gut, really great for the environment in terms of minimising the amount of meat products we're producing as well, and you're just going to be feeling really great having those meals. At the same time as well, meat-free protein is a little bit cheaper as well, so you might even be saving a few dollars. When it comes to adopting new diets, my first tip as well is to always consult a professional. When you're doing your research, make sure you're looking at professional and really scientific-based either evidence or articles and resources, not just someone's blog who's kind of told you what to do. It's really important to get professional advice. And when switching your diet up, do consult someone like a nutritionist or a dietitian or even your GP, just to make sure it works for you and there's no pre-existing conditions that's going to matter or change. In saying that, 1 or 2 meat-free meals here and there should be pretty great for everyone. So we'd love to see you put together a meat-free meal. Share it with us. I'm always looking for more inspiration in incorporating meat-free meals into my diet. And good luck!